If you spend any time in the art community, you've probably heard the word art block, which generally refers to a condition when artist is unable to draw for various reasons. Hello, we are Moonwalking, are Lussstrous and Ethera's, two creators. As you may have already noticed, we're new to YouTube. We're making our first comic on webtoon and additional content here, you can check it out after this video. We decided to talk about art block because it's kinda complicated topic in the artist community, and not only in it. Why does it happen? How to deal with it? And most importantly, does it really exist? We think not, and here are our thoughts about it. We have identified 3 cases of art block that artists may encounter. Complete lack of motivation, when there is no energy to draw at all. Lack of ideas, when you want to draw, but you can't come up with idea. Inability to draw what you want, when you want to draw and you have an idea, but you can't bring it to life. Of course, an art block can be unique for each person, because it is a very subjective topic. But we will try to find common features in all these cases and determine what causes there may be for the so-called art block. Perhaps the worst of the options. When the motivation to draw completely disappears, you might think that there is something wrong with you, that you are looking for an excuse, or you are lazy, or that you just procrastinating. But it's important not to fall into blaming yourself, and understand why this happens. Motivation is not a constant phenomenon, but it's present in our activities, no matter what we do, one way or another. Whether you want to earn money or enjoy the work process, it's important to understand why you do what you do. It's hard for us to find strength to do something if we don't know what brings us pleasure and what we want to do. Sometimes it disappears when we are overloaded with everyday activities and worries, work, or tired of social activities and we burn out. If in addition to your lack of motivation to draw, you feel like you don't want to do normal activities at all, this could be a wake-up call about your mental state. The desire to do something doesn't appear just like that, just like the lack of desire to do anything. Remember why you started drawing. Maybe this happened in childhood, when you enjoyed it carelessly. Or did you realize later in life that you wanted to become a professional artist and constantly improve your skills? Whatever the answer, it will help you understand the reason for your art block. It's quite possible that you are simply tired because you have worked a lot or haven't done anything else for a long time. Perhaps you are going through a difficult period in your life. If you're feeling frustrated, maybe you should stop and think about what you want to achieve with your drawing. Not understanding your goal can make you feel like you're trying in vain. In the same way, excessive demands on yourself, a difference between your desires and your goals, can cause burnout, in which you lose the strength to do what you like. Or engage in any activity in general. It may be that you are drawing and expecting immediate feedback, but it doesn't happen. Believe me, we can understand you here. Waiting for audience approval or at least some kind of reaction to your work becomes more and more painful over time. We can't guarantee that our advices will help you, but you can at least try. Try to find pleasure in the process of work, rather than in achieving success. Quick success may not turn out well for you. Try different methods and things, find what you like, regardless of whether it is popular and effective or not. Creativity and art are subjective. And although they are now becoming more and more of a mass product rather than a personal experience, you can benefit from it. Finding references, inspiration, and people to discuss your drawings with is easier than ever. If it seems to you that this description is similar to you, try to take a break. Active rest or entertainment can help you get back into action with renewed vision. Try to sort out your other tasks, such as household chores. Sometimes cleaning a room can do more than you imagine. If you feel bad and you don't want to do anything for a long period, take care of your mental health. You may be experiencing burnout or depression. In an era of digital media excess, it's easy to lose focus and understanding what's right for you. There is a state when you want to draw, and you sit in front of a blank sheet, and you don't know what's coming next. This is a familiar situation for many artists, writers, and not only. It may be the fear of the blank paper, which we will talk about later, or the lack of ideas. Even if it seems that inspiration can be found in a huge stream of content from all platforms in any way, an overflow of information can lead to our attention being scattered and us being unable to concentrate on one thing. Limiting the content you absorb or searching for a more individual topics that you enjoy may help you here. If you don't know what to draw, you don't have to. Try to write something. Or try clay modeling, or watch an anime. Yes, changing the type of activity really helps in different situations. But it doesn't necessarily may help you. In this case, you can change your environment, for example, go for a walk, draw in an unusual place. No one restricts the search for inspiration to digital media only or to content just from artists. You can look for inspiration in classical painting, when visiting exhibitions, festivals, etc. Not to mention music, which for me is often a greater source of inspiration than visual content. No one forbids you to peek into ideas of successful artists, because in the art community everyone takes something from each other one way or another. It's impossible to come up with something from scratch that has not already been invented by humans or created by nature. You can find interesting compositions in classical art, or interesting patterns in decorative art. Music most often inspires me personally to come up with a plot for my stories. If you search well, you will find something of your own, and maybe you will even get a new hobby. What is it, procrastination, or are you just lazy? It's hard to answer this question straight away. If you have experienced the feeling when instead of doing something right away, you put it off until later because you are afraid that the result will not meet your requirements, most likely you have experienced procrastination. This behavior can be caused by excessive demands on yourself, fear of failure, lack of confidence, and having no desire to do things that you're not interested in. In the same way, procrastination among artists can lead to a break in drawing. If you are not happy with your skill and don't draw for this reason, there are many videos on how to improve your skills. Start drawing something unusual, or try drawing from a spot. If you only draw with line art, try don't use it, and so on. There are a lot of similar tips and it is quite possible that you will not want to follow most of them. And although practice is more effective than studying theory, you can instead focus on increasing your observation skills. There are many video reviews of sketchbooks on YouTube. My opinion is that drawings in sketchbooks are not the ideal art we see in artists' profiles. Realizing that not everyone can draw perfect art right away helps in overcoming lack of self-confidence. If you have a cool idea for art, but you don't know how to do it, you can look for similar works by other artists or among other art mediums. You can take your time to rest and continue working with a fresher look later. You don't have to draw perfectly to enjoy the process or make money from it. What's done is better than ideal. Labeling many conditions and different causes leading to them in one word is not good. Art block can be defined as burnout or lack of desire to draw during a depressive episode or depression. Each case is unique, and to deal with this you first need to understand yourself. Coming up with labels on topics that have not been studied enough and generalization helps to simplify certain topics, but it shouldn't be abused. This is why we don't agree with the term art block, because it can be confusing and even intimidating, especially for new artists. In the process of writing the script for this video, we also, in a sense, experienced a state similar to art block. Many have already spoken on this topic. What can we contribute to this discourse? Did we say something wrong? Or, on the contrary, didn't cover entirety of this topic? You can dive deeper and deeper into these thoughts, or you can complete your work and gain from it an experience that thoughts about work will not give you. If you don't want to draw for a long time, that's normal. People take breaks for years, and some find other things that are more interesting to them. It may turn out that you are not actually interested in type of art that you are currently doing, rather than another. I can give an example from personal experience. Growing up I was thinking I wanted to be an artist like many others at that time, because it was becoming more popular. On social networks you would often come across digital artists' works. Over time I realized that I wasn't interested in drawing art on its own. I'm much more interested in telling stories about my characters, so now I'm trying to find myself in storyboarding and screenwriting. The main thing is to understand yourself and decide why you want or don't want to draw. In other cases, look for inspiration in unusual places, change the type of activity, change your environment, try art challenges, look through your old works. But the most satisfying thing is to draw not for the sake of someone or something, but for your own enjoyment. Draw what interests you. Do not forget to rest and pay attention to your condition, mental and physical, and also don't forget that you need to treat the disease, not its symptoms. We hope this video helped you find the direction you want to go in to deal with your situation, or serve as a preventive measure. Thank you for watching.